such similar work. So yeah, mentoring and networking. Well,
I think that you should, you know, if you've got the vision and you can see something, you should go for it, frankly, because that's how things happen.
Just see an obstacle as a challenge, I think.
Yeah, that somebody somewhere can always help you overcome it. And sharing your worries is a much better way. We say that to all the people we work with. There's no point in staying up all night thinking, oh God, I can't sleep because I can't work this out. If you can't work it out, you've got to that decision. You've made that decision, I can't work it out. So you've got to go somewhere else to find out.
I'd say if you're interested in rural touring, go and see a rural touring show. And then you can get a sense of what those audiences are like and what they might be interested in. And the sense of that intimacy and those other great challenges that might be a different sort of challenge to an urban audience. And I think probably the same applies to any site-specific work. Go and see as much as you can. If you want to do it, go and see other people doing it.
For me, alongside the idea of mentoring, is time. I've been playing around with this idea for a long time. It's not something that has only been going for a month. It's only been in practice since the summer. But I actually went to PANDA with the idea like maybe 2 years ago. And it wasn't quite right then, and I had to tweak it and rethink it and learn about what it needed to be. And then it was only, you know, a full year later where I got accepted onto a mentoring scheme to then figure out more ideas of where it is to actually begin the project in practice the summer, which has just gone. And I'm at the very beginnings of what the project is still. I'm still scratching around and testing out material and finding out, you know, for myself what it is. So I suppose time is really important to allow things time to grow and not just give up on it because you know you've missed out on one scheme. That's not to say there won't be others that come along and fit in around your time frame and around you know, your ideas. Yeah.
Thank you. Can anyone add to our list of top tips?
I think this.
Can you stick your hand up?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I know it's a bit
sorry. Oh, I do apologise.
Go for it. Say it, Gina.
Oh. We were just we were talking with Jenny about actually preparing your audience so they know what is going to be expected of them. I've just performed at Victoria Ballet in one of Holmes' productions of Romeo and Juliet, and I was surprised that every single person that bought a ticket got a massive email explaining everything in depth and in detail. That it is very cold in the building, please wear something warm, there are going to be blankets on the side, you know, it takes 3 hours and you're going to have to walk around the space. And I think it's very important to actually prepare your audience for what is going to happen, especially in chase performances like yours.
Flip-flops are the killer. Honestly, I mean, I would nearly got onto the government to get them banned. But flip-flops really bad in an audience area.
Umbrellas,
if you're doing a promenade performance,
umbrellas.
Yeah.
Umbrellas and
If you're doing a promenade performance and people are walking around, the number of people that will, because the lighting levels usually change, the number of people that will stub their toe in a flip-flop and will then need medical assistance is quite considerable.
Punch Drunk wouldn't let you
Tell me
in
about
without having closed-toe shoes, and I took my daughter to see the
That's because
Dr.
we have
Who
4 incidents with our on-site paramedics, and the only way we could get around it without shutting the show down was to actually carpet ban the use of flip-flops. Anything, just a small covering over your toe, a soft canvas shoe is absolutely fine. It's just sufficient. But a sandal, an open-toed sandal. And And the same in standing big pop concerts in standing crowds. The number of people that get their toe stood on, and it's an open toe. It's strange, but one of those things you learn.
Many people think, you know. I guess the same with anything, but I'll say it to them blue in the face, but like sustainability and longevity is all hearts on hook. That's all Roll the Dice does and all I'm making Flanagan Collective do now. Like everything is about the 2,000 people a night go there, 2,000 people a night go there. There's enough people in Manchester to see good stuff, make good stuff and make the business model work. We are all businesses.
Yeah.
Like even if that's the dirtiest word in your vocabulary, that's the only way we're going to make it through tough times. It's only going to get tougher with funding, it's only going to get harder. So just think about sustainability. I'm working closely with Jen about new models of the way we're going to work and thinking a lot in my head and Flanagan Collective about how they should make work. Because I don't just want to keep turning out 2-man shows. I want 12 people in the cars.
Yeah, it's a good point. There's
Okay,
quite a lot like that.
But a lot of that's got to be thought about.
Yeah.
A whole evening's audience's kind of journey rather than just, okay, there's a ticket price, off we go.
Definitely.
If I could just add to that, I think sort of from a venue's perspective, the way that, like, I think just being prepared to work with different people, like Brian and sort of like saying, yeah, like I've not sort of seen this business model before, of like how to put production on, but just being prepared to like change stuff up. I mean, a lot of what I do as a venue, I suppose, is really, because I'm a small venue, is that I make so much of it formulaic, so I don't need very many staff and stuff like that, so that we can actually keep running. I know it's a lot of like boring stuff, and you're just kind of giving people things like, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that, but that's how we can keep running, really.
Yeah. Can I make a suggestion, Anne-Marie? Is it possible, you know, because we've talked about sharing and like with MAST and everything, is it possible to open up a forum with all these theatre companies here, so that if anyone's got a problem, we can reach someone straight away, rather than worrying about ringing somebody or having to, you know, get in touch with a certain department. They've got these automated buttons and things. It's a lot quicker and a lot easier.
If everyone here is happy with your if you're not happy with your email address being shared, then can you tell us on the way out? Otherwise, we will share your emails, and we've got a forum on our website that we could open up just for you guys about non-theatre stuff.
Can I maybe put my hand up? I'm not sure everybody in the room is necessarily it's appropriate. I'm not sure. It might be more appropriate to have an opt-in rather than opt-out, because I get the feeling that not everybody is actually a big company that's necessarily going to be the same kind of advice sharing in that way. I don't know.
No, I think it's if you don't want to share something, then don't.
I'm not chatting now.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will be too difficult. I mean, we can just open one for the people in this room now, and if you want a different one, let us know.
I also think it's quite interesting because I'm hearing things like that you've got a venue that you're managing, and I'm really interested to know kind of what's this venue I want to go. I want to
but many of us.
the dinner piece that you're talking about. It'd be nice to.
And it might be worth asking probably 5 minutes.
Can I've got one
If you
more piece
can
of
all
advice.
be really, really, very, very succinct, massively disciplined, if you could just say if you're doing anything in this kind of work at the moment, what it is. Do you think you can do that?
Can I just have my one more bit of advice? Yeah, it's very simple. All of that paperwork and all of your processes and everything should be continually looked at and reflected upon. Once you've written it down, doesn't stop it. Every time you have an audience in, something new will happen, something will change, something will be slightly different. And you should always update that information, because then you have a record of it.
We always give feedback forms out, and the one comment that I got, I was very surprised, is you really need to improve your coffee. Everything else is fine. So that took me by surprise. I'm actually going to buy a coffee. So
it would be useful. A simple, some of you will already have it, but a simple risk assessment, just an idea of what it looks like. I don't know if you've got something that you could.
I've got a risk assessment.
If we could share that, I think it would be really.
So many things.
What do you want to do for the last 3 minutes? Do you want to say who you are? Go on, kind of projects you're doing so people know
That
who's in
would
the
be
room?
interesting. If
Yeah.
we're sharing
Okay,
details
can we
and
do
stuff.
that? And please, I'm going to stop you if you talk more than a second.
More than a second.
Stefan, would you like to talk about anything relevant?
I've been in Associate Director in a building-based regional theatre. I've just gone freelance and I'm thinking of setting up a small company to do rural touring.
Cool.
My name's Adam Zane, I run Hope Theatre Company, and we're currently preparing a promenade piece about the history of the gay village.
Oh, cool. Good. It's been a while now, hasn't it?
It has!
I've got a venue in Afflex in the Northern Quarter, but we do our own in-house productions now. We want to kick them out and get them working. If they want wages, they've got to get out there and earn it. So that's what we want to do.
Hi, I'm Josie. I've just started my own theatre company called What's the Sketch. Just written a play, I'm about to produce it. It's about war and it's site specific, so it's been really useful.
I'm Brian Hook. I run Hearts on Hook Productions and produce the Flanagan Collective. It's about Alexander Wright. I'm doing 2 promenade pieces that start upstairs here in the main space. Next year they're in development, Frankenstein and the Dracula, promenade across Manchester and then up underground. And a bank heist, which will be about 60 people in the cars, big shootout, ridiculous thing. And I just faff about like a giant child.
Fantastic.
I'm Jen. I'm the events manager at the Great Northern at the moment. And as part of that, I have a pop-up theatre there called the Great Northern Playhouse. So the New Playhouse is my company. So it's just at the Great Northern from September to December, and then we're looking for other places to put it. So.
My name is Nikki. I've just started working at an escape room. That's like a gaming immersive experience for 5 participants to go in at a time, and they have to break out before 60 minutes is up. And I've just experimented over the past 10 years, really, in just in different spaces. Just I think that was kind of the way that I was introduced to it, that there was no boundaries, so I've just worked in that way, whether it be on Facebook or doing walks with people at night time through Manchester. And I constantly see the environment as a narrative, so I've just played with that.
I'm Lucy, I'm one of Contact Future Fires, and I'm doing a slam poetry project in Stockport. But I'm hoping to set up I'm hoping this will be my pilot that I can then set up as a company. I'm thinking about how I can put poetry into interesting spaces.
I'm Susan. I've got a company called Articulate Elbow, and I'm in the middle of doing my ACE application. It's taken me about 2 years. I'm really trying to get it. Are you going to take your time? I really am. I'm hoping, if I get the funding, to do a site-specific project about captivity in the attic and cellar of the King's Arms in Salford, inspired by the stories of Elizabeth Fritzell. I was horrified by these stories, and I've usually done comedies, and this is a bit of a departure for me to do something so horrific. But it's hopeful, and Judith Tebbett, who was a woman who was kidnapped by Somalian pirates, and Freeman, and then looking back further at Brian Keane and people like that. Natasha Campus, she was a child snatched off the street. I've got a 10-year-old daughter, so that story horrifies me as well. So I'm hoping that I get some funding to do a site-specific promenade performance with filmmakers, composer, choreographer. It's going to be good, I hope, if I get the money. Who knows, it's a lottery.
I'm Christine, and I recently started Moonstruck Me Theatre Company. I specialise in immersive theatre with quite intimate audiences, and I like to make it interactive. So that's what I'm doing.
My name is Magda, and I'm a performer and dancer, and I will actually be performing in Jen's space next week, and with a little play called Burglars, but I'm also performing at the Lowry. However, I'm at very, very early stages of setting up my own company, and I would like to look into site-specific works.
It'll take 2 years.
Hello, musician and composer, so I write music for theatre. I'm also the artistic director of Skywax Theatre Company that do work with special needs kids in Bury at the moment, so it's like sensory workshops and stuff like that. And it's very nice to meet you all.
Hello.
I'm Amy. I'm going to be the associate producer at Box of Tricks Theatre Company, who are based in Manchester from January. And one of the 4 pieces that are in the season next year is a rural touring piece and a site-specific piece. And I've done quite a lot of site-specific work before. So that's how I do it.
Hi, I'm John. I work mostly for Hope, which has a public-facing brand called Word of Warning. We present work around the city, including a mini festival in a block of flats last November called Domestic. We're hoping to work with the library and present a one-on-one festival at some point next year using the study rooms upstairs. Every Friday we blog and email people a list of what to see, live art and contemporary performance in Manchester and the North. You can go to Word of Warning and sign up to that. And we work with Chrissy and Trisha.
Hi.
Hi.
It's like AA. Hi. I'm Monse, short for Montserrat. I'm a director and an artist, and I've been always very interested in doing work in site-specific or non-conventional spaces. But currently, I'm working with Hope Street Limited, which is not Hope Theatre. Nothing to do with Hope. It's based in Liverpool. Exactly. So there's a big divide here. We're not talking. So Hope Street Limited, we've been doing work for years in outdoors. We work with emerging artists and new companies. So anyone is welcome to have a word with me later. And we're putting a lot of work that's definitely not in theatres. And now, next week, we're doing a one-on-one festival.
Indeed, you are.
Yes, we are. So come on. It's called Control 25. And please come and say if you...
I know about it, yeah. I know Rachel's Zerringham.
Yeah. So, okay, so I was very interested in seeing what other people is out there doing this kind of work, because the most important thing, top tips, get friends. Friends that do the same work, and you can ask for favors or for advice, because it's been invaluable. This last summer we did a big gaming show, a chase game.
Is it with the biennial?
It wasn't, no, the one we did with the biennial was the previous year. This year the biennial was not so involved, so we did it on our own.
Because I went to the first ever one.
You went to innovation.
It was so hard.
That was, it was very hard. Then 2 years later we did it again with the biennial, and that was a bit less hard. And this year was a bit less hard because we have the experience, and still really hard. And it was film noir style, so we had films, and we ended up in a church, and we had deals. My time is up, yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey.
And Garth. My name's Garth Williams. I'm an actor, producer, director, filmmaker, photographer. I can sweep quite well. I work mostly in street theatre. I have a couple of street shows of my own. I also do multimedia work either for the companies or create promotional materials for shows. And I'm trying to put that all together into a new project, which is a kind of street stroke indoor clown stroke multimedia show for possibly rural touring. And yeah, I want safetycatch.net, you can find me on there. And anyone who's interested in street art, go to nasauk.org. I'm on Mission Control for NASA, which is the National Association of Street Artists, and I'm on the steering group called Mission Control. Ask about
that. I'm Jeffrey Brown. I run a consultancy called Euclid. We provide information and advice on accessing European funding for arts and cultural organisations. And we're doing an event at the end of January on opportunities from Europe for rural activities. So I'm here researching and finding out and learning. It's been great. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to have to finish. Please, can you fill out your bits of paper?
No, I'm going away for the weekend.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm also going away. No, I am stupid. I'm going away this weekend and next weekend. Can you email me? No. Can you email me to make sure we put it in next Friday's mailer?
Yes.